Dear students, welcome back to computer science class. So in the today's class we will discuss the programs on two-dimensional arrays. So we already know that two-dimensional arrays are mainly used for solving the matrix operation. So matrix consists of rows and columns. So using the single dimensional arrays, so it is only we have to print the elements either in the row wise or either in the column. But if you want to print the elements row and column, compulsory we can use the two-dimensional arrays. So in the last class we already discussed how to read the two-dimensional arrays and how to print the two-dimensional arrays, and we have already discussed one example, that is the transpose of matrix. So now we have to discuss the addition of two matrix. For example, see here 1 2 3 4 plus 4 pi 6 7. So this is the matrix addition. So this is the matrix 1 and this is the matrix 2, and the result must be again in the form of matrix only. So the addition of matrix is first row first column value is added with the second matrix first row first column. Here 1 plus 4, answer is 5. Next 2 plus 5, answer is 7. 3 plus 6, it is 9. 4 plus 7, again it is 11. So the result is 5 7 9 11. So if you want to perform this operation, so we have to read two matrix. Okay, so now I have to write the program for this. Hash include iostream.h. Next we have to mention void main. So here int of a of 10 comma 10, b of 10 of 10 comma c of 10 of 10, m comma n comma I comma j. Here a of 10 10 is used to store the first matrix, this is for second matrix, and c is for storing the resultant matrix, because after adding the matrix the result must be in terms of matrix, that's why I have to declare c. Here m and n are the order of matrix, I and j are the variables to initialize the values. Okay. Next is c out, enter the order of matrix. C in m and n. So now we have to read the elements. For I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to m, I plus plus. For j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to n, j plus plus. C in of a of ij. So it means that the first matrix is ready. Successfully we have to enter the first matrix elements. See here, for loop, inner for loop and outer for loop. These two for loops are used to read the matrix elements. Okay. So now we have to read two matrix. This is for A matrix. Again for loop, for I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to m, I plus plus. For j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to n, j plus plus. Whatever the for loop is used for the reading the array elements, the same for loop can be used for all the operations. Here c in b of I j. Next, for I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to m, I plus plus. For j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to n, j plus plus. See here, suppose if we want to add the two number, means directly we have to write c is equal to a plus b, but here the elements are stored in matrix A and the elements are stored in matrix B. If we want to add the matrix elements, compulsory we have to use the two for loops. And next is C of ij is equal to A of ij plus B of ij. So whatever the elements present in A of ij and B of ij, it is stored in that position only. Next you can close the brackets. So after that we have to print the final result. I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to m, I plus plus, for j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to n, j plus plus, C out C of ij. So this is the program. Okay, see here, 1 2 3 4 first matrix, 3 4 5 7 second matrix. Okay, so this is A and this is B. So now we have to add the elements. See here, I is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 2. I can enter 2 cross 2 matrix. That's why m value is 2 and n value is also 2. 1 is less than or equal to 2, the condition is true. Next j become 1, j is 1, 1 is less than or equal to 2, again condition is true. Here I value is 1 and j value is 1. See here, A of 1 1 is 1 plus B of 1 1 is 3. A of 1 1, B of 1 1, that is 4. It is stored in C of 1 1. That is 4. Whatever the positions we have to take from A and B, after adding the same position, the value is stored in the same positions of A and B. Whatever we have to get it from the Cin. Here Cin of A of ij means the first value is stored in first row, first column. In the same way B matrix, first row, first column. So after adding first row, first column value, again the result is stored in resultant matrix, first row, first column only. In the same way second value, in the same way third value, in the same way fourth value. Okay, next is 2 plus 4, it is 6, 3 plus 5, it is 8, 7 plus 4, it is 11. Finally we will get the result as 4 6 8 11. The program is very simple. So just we have to remember the for loop, one for loop. If you know the 2 for loops, and in the remaining statement the loop is same. See here also same, here also same, here also same. Here Cin of A of ij you have to write. If you want to read second matrix, just you can change the name of the matrix. Finally C of A of ij is equal to A of ij plus B of ij. Finally we have to print. Here the resultant matrix is C of ij. If you want to print the elements, means compulsory we can use the 2 for loops. Okay, so this is the example for adding the 2 matrix. In the same way subtraction, if you want to perform subtraction, means the program is same only we have to change the sign here. Only we have to change the sign. Okay. Next, is find the sum of the diagonal elements in the given matrix. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So in this matrix the diagonal elements are 1 5 9. Only we have to add the diagonal elements. Here the first position is 1 comma 1, here 2 comma 2, and here 3 comma 3. Find the sum of diagonal elements in a given matrix. In a given matrix means up to this much is same. For adding the diagonal elements, I can take S is equal to 0. See here. So how to write the logic for this? See here, the position is 1 comma 1, here 2 comma 2, here 3 comma 3. In generally we have to write, so I comma j. It means just you have to observe the position. I and j values are same. So after writing for loop, if I is equal to j, just you can add sum is equal to sum plus a of ij. Okay, so now I have to trace. I is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true. J equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 2, again condition is true. See here, I is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1, condition is true. Initially S value is 0, 0 plus A of 1 1, A of 1 1 is 1, 0 plus 1, 1 is stored in S. The present value of S is 1. Next, J plus plus, J become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true. I value is 1 but the J value is 2, the condition become false. False means again loop will continue. This is outside the loop. J plus plus, J become 3, 3 is less than or equal to 2, false. Next, I plus plus, I become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 3 it is. Okay. Next, again J starts with a 1, 1 is less than or equal to 3, again condition is true, I equal to 2 and J is 1. Again false, when the I value become, J value become 2, 2 is equal to 2, the condition is true. That time the present value of S is 1, A of 2 2 is 5, 5 plus 1 6. In the same way 3 3. So this is for only adding the diagonal elements. Suppose if you are not writing the if condition, it will add all the elements. Whatever the elements present in the given matrix, it will add and it will give the sum of matrix elements. But here the question is, we have to add only the diagonal elements. Okay, so this is another example of matrix. Finally, the resultant value is only 1, so that's why no need to mention the for loop. That's why I have to write C out sum is equal to S. Okay. Next, suppose if I remove this condition, if I remove this condition means it is a sum of matrix elements, sum of all the matrix elements. See here. So this is the sum of matrix elements. Whatever the elements present in the given matrix, it will add all the elements and it will give the result to the user. Next. Next is to check whether the given matrix is identity or not. Identity or not. Here the identity matrix is, see here, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Here the identity matrix is, so only diagonal elements must be 1 and the remaining elements are 0. Suppose if I give the input value as this one, it should display it is an identity matrix. Suppose if I give this one, it is not an identity matrix. Okay, so for this we have to write the condition. Simple, if A of I j is not equal to 1, just I can reverse the condition. Actually we have to check if A of ij is equal to 1 only for the diagonal elements. Instead of writing that condition, I have to write like this: A of ij is not equal to 1. Not equal to 1. See out, it is not a identity. The given matrix is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, but one thing we have to observe here we have to check the condition for 2 times, because for the diagonal elements we have to check one condition and the remaining elements we have to check another condition. Okay, so this is for, before this I have to write, if a of I, if I is equal to j, if I is equal to j, next if a of ij is not equal to 1, because here the diagonal elements are 1. See here, 1 is equal to 1, condition is true. If a of ij is 1 1, 1 is not equal to 1, false. Suppose if it is 2, 2 is not equal to 1, condition is true, it is not an identity matrix, means if the first element is other than the 1, again no need to check for the remaining elements. That's why we have to write like this. Here directly we have to mention exit of 0, means again no need to check for the condition. Okay, next, so this is for first condition. Next is else. If a of ij is not equal to 0, a of ij is not equal to 0, see out, it is not a identity. Again exit of 0. Finally here else is there, within the else I have to write if condition and the for loop will close. After that, see out, it is identity. Okay, see here, so the values are 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. If initially I value is 1 and j value is 1, 1 is not equal to 1, the condition become false, next j become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 3, condition is true, 1 is equal to 2, false, false means directly it will come to the else. Within the else we have to write if condition. If a of ij is 1, a of 1 2 is 0, 0 is not equal to 0, false, again loop will continue. Suppose here instead of 0 I have to write 2, means here a of 1 2, first row second column is 2 is not equal to 0, the condition is true, means it is not an identity, exit of 0, means again no need to check the remaining iterations. So that's why we have to reverse the condition. If you want to write equal to 0, means first time it will equal to 0, next time suppose if it become another number, means again we have to write the statement more and more. That's why, so just you can reverse. So it is not identity matrix. Okay, suppose here 0 is there, again the condition become false, again loop will continue, this process will repeat, and this one is also false, this one is also false. Every time when the for loop become false, finally it will print it is identity matrix. If you give the input value as the identity matrix, every time I is equal to j means 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So every time this condition does not satisfy, because here 1 is not equal to 1, false. Here 0 is not equal to 0, again it is every time it become false. Finally the entire loop become false when the I and j reaches to 4, because it is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Then automatically it will print it is a identity matrix. Suppose if it is not an identity matrix, any one of the condition is satisfied, means obviously no need to check the condition and this statement will not be executed, because here also I have to mention exit of 0, here also I have to mention exit of 0. You already know that what is the difference between the break and continue. Break means it will come out of the particular switch or particular loop. Exit means it will terminate or it will stop the execution of the program. That is the difference between break and exit. Okay, but if you want to use the exit of 0 means it is a standard library function. Compulsory we can include include stdlib.h. That is the standard library header file. Suppose if you want to use exit of 0, but if you are not mentioning the stdlib.h means automatically error will be occurred. Okay, so this is another example for matrix operation. Okay, in the next class we will discuss some more examples. Thank you.